really responded to our challenge of just the standard of practice with the effort, the attitude, the great body language, and everything that goes with that. That was encouraging for our coaching staff. Our guys really responded. Our young guys are still learning. They're still feeling themselves, feeling their way around. And tomorrow we'll get in shells, so that'll really tell us a lot more, not just for older guys, but our young guys. Tomorrow we'll go back to with our young guys practicing with our old guys at the very first, and not doing a lot of observing early in practice. So, but overall, I thought it was a solid day. I was encouraged with the way our guys approach practice.
Questions?
Looked like Jonathan Wallace was off to the side at least early on. Was he injured yesterday or something?
No, what we did is, we got some of the young guys mixed in with the inexperienced guys, at certain positions, and just trying to spend more time with them. So that's what we did. Focus a little bit more time to give him a better chance to understand his position. So it was nothing negative, it was just strategy as far as reps.
Stephen Roberts has been off to the side as well. Is there some sort of disciplinary issue there?
No disciplinary issue other than the fact he needs a little more attention. And so that's what he's doing, similar to Jonathan Wallace.
T. Roberts said there's some little issues with Stephen. Are there, what exactly the nature of these off the field things?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, Blake Count is obviously a huge learning curve for him to kind of jump in there. What have you seen out of him just the first couple of days?
Well, you can tell he's a veteran guy. He catches on very quick. He's responded to Coach T-Rob very well. They've been playing in a few multiple positions. He understands, and that's the big thing. And I think they're pleasantly surprised, or I should say pleasantly surprised, but they're encouraged that he's going to be able to really help us. So that's exciting.
Was Trey back out there today? Everything good with him?
Yeah, Trey Matthews, he's back out. Yes.
Do you have a strategy, any kind of different strategy for the running backs? How are you going to do that?
Well, we've got the three of them that went through spring. Kerryon Johnson, we spent some extra time with him. He's on that young group. We got those four guys, and we're going to, during fall camp for the next 2 weeks, we're going to try to give them somewhat equal reps. We're hoping somebody will really raise up, especially in the scrimmages when they're getting tackled, and have some kind of pecking order going in. The good thing, like I said before, the three older guys, we got some good information. We feel like all of them can run our offense. And Kerryon's a talented guy, so we'll give him some touches too in these scrimmages and see where he's at.
Well, he maybe even get more than some of the other guys just because they've had a lot already.
He possibly could, along with the other young guys too. We'll have certain parts of our scrimmage that will be young guys oriented, and usually what happens every year is you want to give those guys as much chance as you can to evaluate them to see who can help this year and who's quite not ready. So all the young guys will get quite a few reps, once we get to a scrimmage situation.
Guess how much confidence does it give you that, for some people having a running back competition might be a little bit intimidating, but for 2 straight years you've already faced the situation. So does that give you a little more confidence, like we've already been here and done that?
The good thing is we've got options, and we got guys that we feel good about. I think that's the best thing, and you can never have enough running back depth. I mean, we've been fortunate the last 2 years with injuries and very little as far as the running back's concerned, but you can't have enough.
Is it even more impressive you guys haven't had injuries considering, with Trey and Cassidy, they carried the ball a lot.
They sure did, and it was a lot of tough yards, physical yards, downhill yards. So, it says, I believe, a lot about our strength coach and position coach, and everything goes with it. So,
are there any challenges for a guy like Rudy Ford who went from running back to safety, and now you're probably counting on him to not only play well but be a leader on defense? A little difficult at times, maybe.
Well, he's starting to be a veteran guy now, and he's played on that side of the football for 2 seasons. He started last year, was one of our leading tacklers, and he went through spring with Coach T-Rob, and they have a lot of confidence in him right now. So I think it's becoming more of habit and more natural. And he could be doing some kick returning for us too.
Back to running backs, what specifically are you seeing out of Rock right now?
Rock's a little bit bigger than he was. He's put on some weight. He's practiced well. you know, as well as other running backs have. But he's a little bit bigger, and he's quick. I think you already know that.
Do you think that ultimately, at least to start the season, that it could be kind of situational with the backs where obviously Javon is probably better pass protection. You look at him as a third down guy, Rock more as a dynamic guy on a first or second down situation or something.
You know, I think at this point, all the possibilities are options. You know, we'll just have to see. You know, 2 years ago, you know, we rotated 2 or 3 guys until game 4. Last year was a little bit more, you know, we kind of knew going in a little bit more, but it could be specific. We'll just see how it goes.
As far as Alex Kozan goes, do you feel like he can come in and be the guy he was 18 months ago against Florida State? Go right in?
You know, with the information we have now, I feel like he can. And I think he'll tell you the same thing. He knows his body pretty well. He's a great competitor. And so we expect him to come back and be as good as he's been, or better.
It's pretty rare to have the graduate transfer, Gus. What was the process and thought process? Obviously, you were thin at cornerback, but
Yeah.
with Blake, just what was the thought process when you're going into that, where you know you're getting a player for basically 8-9 months?
Yeah, you know, I think the big thing was a need, like you said. And then TJ obviously going down in spring. You know, we did our homework. He's a very high character guy. You know, he's fit in very well here. He's an experienced guy. Ran somewhat of a similar defense. But depth-wise, we had an opportunity for him to come in and help, and we needed that help. So it was a good thing. That was really our overall thinking with that.
Do you handle kick and punt return similar to what you've done in the past in scrimmages, or do you want to go live with them more to figure things out?
You know, there's a good chance we will go live for some reps, punt return and possibly kick return. You know, we'll have to see once we get there, but there is a chance we'll do that.
Other than Rudy, who else are you looking at right there, at least early?
Well, you know, the guys have done it before. You know, Rock's done it before. Ricardo Lewis has done it before, and then we'll give Kerryon Johnson a chance, Stanton Truitt a chance. I mean, we'll give about a handful, about 8 guys, an opportunity to see what they can do. Jason Smith's another guy.
Stanton pretty healthy, full tilt?
Yeah, he is, and that's encouraging. I think this is really the first time he's been here for a long period of time. He's been healthy, and if he can stay healthy, we feel like he can really help us.
When it comes time to scrimmage and you've got to think about Carl Lawson, do you want to kind of be in that mode of protecting him from injury, or do you need to get out there and let him fight?
Yeah, I think that, you know, that's there's a fine line with that. You know, once we get to a scrimmage part, you know, we'll get with Will, and we'll kind of talk through that. That's a good strategy.
Back to Blake for a moment. There's been a lot of discussion about how the coaching staff of Michigan handled their 5th-year seniors and players, and the talk of players being run off because they're having to go through tryouts. I know you can't speak to that, but when you came in 2012 and 2013, how did you handle your senior class and 5th-year players? How did you handle that?
You know, when we came in, we treated everybody the same, and we just tried to get everybody on the same page. And the guys that met the standard, we went with, and that was our philosophy.
You guys, if we had a chance to get an initial look at Ryan Davis and Darius Slayton, your freshman wide receiver.
Yeah. You know, we're getting a little more one-on-one time with them towards the end of practice, and you know, just from what we've seen, both of them, you know, are talented like we thought. It's just going to be a matter, once we get in pads, you know, usually you can really tell, you know, who's ready or who needs some time. But both of them definitely have talent.
There's so much attention focused on Carl's return. Do you kind of feel like people don't maybe give enough credit to what Devontae did last year when he was the leading sacker and Carl's absence, and he's got to miss the spring, but it just seems like everybody only talks about Carl and no one mentions
Well, I mean,
Devontae.
you know, Carl was a freshman All-American, and he missed last year, so coming back, there's a lot of talk, but Devontae is, he's definitely a very good player. He played extremely well for us the first year, and you had the injury late, and he's really rebounded. He's had 2 solid practices so far.
Another Devontae. How much has Devontae Danzy improved in the last couple of years?
Yeah, it's been greatly. I mean, he did a good job for us. Played, 400-plus snaps last year. Had a good offseason. He's an old guy. He's a confident guy. And I know our coaches have confidence in him.
Because there's so much discussion of the serious misconduct rule this summer and the implementation of that. We know where you stand on it. What are your thoughts of having to play at Devontae Fields in that opener, a player who wouldn't have even been eligible to come to the SEC?
You know, to be honest with you, any other team, I don't get into all that. I just kind of worry about us, and we play the game, so I don't get too caught up in everybody else.
your evaluation of the running backs, how much of it is how comfortable they are with Jeremy, trying to get them as many reps with him, and from a comfort level, how kind of.
You know, I think it kind of works all above and the comfort with the offensive line and the schemes and all that. But, you know, those three guys got equal reps in the spring. They've got equal reps so far. So I think they're very comfortable with him. And then Sean, all three got reps with Sean. So I think the comfort with the quarterback and the run game is really good. Just a matter of the line gelling and, everything that goes with that.
Anything else? All right, Coach. Thank you.